this it's a collaboration with a man called Richard Cardew. He's really a mathematician, and we started making maquettes, playing around with simple, basic geometry, three-dimensional, and then also with tiling patterns and stuff. A long time ago. And then one day we were messing around and we made a dodecahedron out of 11 pentagons. And we didn't put the last pentagon in, but we put just ordinary mirror tiles from the local shop round. And then we realised that actually something was getting quite interesting, because in order to look in we removed a panel, and this breaks the symmetry. So there was someone, I forget her name, there was a Chinese artist in the 60s who made a similar sort of structure, and to look inside it you look through little, those things you have in front doors, little eyeball things, and so you actually saw a kaleidoscope. Everything was totally symmetrical. I don't actually particularly like symmetry at all, really, very much. So what's exciting, what got me going with this and has carried me through with it, is the fact that we can break the symmetry simply by removing a pattern. We know we've broken the symmetry because of the reflections. And it was in a show some years ago, wasn't it, at King's Cross?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the gallerist there was suddenly having said, yes, you can have performances, you can have this, you can have that. She suddenly didn't want it. But we did have an opening which was extremely crowded, and it was like this but even smaller basement with enormous echoes. And you came up to me and you said, come inside. And that was really the second point where the whole thing began to get really exciting, because when we stood inside together, do you remember this?
Oh yes, yeah.
So there was this hubbub of people in this small enclosed space, and inside, all their random hubbub, would it be random by then?
Totally random, yeah.
Actually stratified out. So we didn't hear hubbub in there. We heard because I'm not musical, by the way. It was
very specific resonant frequencies of the object itself, so it's been quite selective about the sounds that you could hear inside. So basically it's like almost like white noise with people talking outside, but inside you've got very definite, and also where you positioned your head gave you different sounds and so on, so it depended where you were standing.
Anyway, I stayed with that idea, that set of ideas for quite a long time. A few years doing other things, I forget what now. And then Monse said to me a year or so ago now, would you like to have a show here? And to be honest, I'm not that keen on ordinary solo shows, because I think we put stuff up and then have kittens for a month and then take it down. So I said yes, but I'd like to put up the DRON, as we call it, after polyhedron sort of thing. And I'd like to use your reputation as a place for experimental and improvised music, and have a lot of musicians experimenting around or inside. And we did. We called it DRON Ultima Ratio. Ratio because, like you were talking about, Richard, that I collaborate with, he does the woodwork and I do the messing around. He's dead into ratios. He's being a mathematician. Ratios within music, that's his big thing, and within ancient artifacts. So that, and the Ultima, I think that was a book you were reading, was it one time?
No, it was the title of the piece that I painted.
Oh yes, that was there,
yeah,
Ultima.
And the title was based also in a book
sort of
by Leco Carpentier.
Because that show was put together within about 3-4 weeks, wasn't it? If that. And everyone was really, had a lot of goodwill. People like us, and an awful lot of goodwill. And so doing it again. And anyone who ever wants when Richard makes things, he doesn't believe in buying materials, and therefore, I did say we have to buy the wooden panels actually, but all the rest is sort of bits and pieces, so it's not, it's a prototype, and he works out how to put it together because he's more mechanical than I am. I think that's about it. So I have to say thank you to Cos, and Montse and Graham and everyone who has experimented with this DRON. So thank you very much.